Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. 5 years. All right, so back to the doors. I'm not gonna beat this to death, but they were cut. So it's just looking at it from different angles, different elements of the photos. That and some are questionable. Some are you can't know unless you were one of the persons that was there who cut it. Or working with those persons. But this is cut. This is cut. It's cut. It's cut. Okay. And I understand the explanations given. I'm not going to get specific for reasons that I feel like I'm just not going to get specific. But doors are made in sections. It's not complicated. It takes 2 seconds to look it up. Okay, even without any knowledge of door making. Normally there's sections here and here and here, and the different parts of the door are made so because they serve different purposes. But this is not a section. From here to here, from this top part to here is not a section of the door. It's not. No, this would be the section of the door. So probably whoever cut that, they cut it in the wrong spot. I don't know where the hinge is exactly, but they probably were supposed to cut it here, but they didn't. They cut it there, and it's clear as day. I mean, give me a break. It's so silly. Is somebody trying to convince other people that, nobody knows that's a cut? Or that I'm the only one who knows that's a cut? Maybe. That would be my guess, But good luck with that. Because there's no way I'm the only one who believes that that's a cut. There's no way. So, but that's not even what I'm here to talk about. I mean, I'm here to talk about... and I could go through explanation after explanation. This is like it's almost like it's like in NASA, like where they're stuck on the moon or something or wherever they are, and the team down on the ground has to come up with a solution with just what they have up there, and they can basically, because they're all geniuses and engineers, and they can literally come up with some solution with just the materials they have up there to create something they can breathe with or anything. And then it's basically anytime somebody identifies something that's clearly a problem. And clearly shows that what we're told is false and that there's a major conspiracy going on. They'll come up with these brains will all come up with an idea to basically explain it away. But this is the one they can't. It can't. So, and it's not... There's a lot of things going on here. There's multiple crimes. There's layers of crimes. I don't want to sound like a complete nut job. But, when you have, it's almost like when you have a crime that basically might involve hundreds of people, up to thousands, of people, where they're all telling a lot of the same lies. It's almost like that's the design of the crime because that way people would say that's impossible. But it is, that's what's going on. And if any 1 or 2 or 10 people that basically break from that, all the rest of them, I'm not even sure if I should be saying this, but all the rest of them turn on that person and call them the liar. Like in that movie about the Salem witch trials with Daniel Day-Lewis. The Crucible, where the one girl, she's ready to tell the truth, but she's also worried that the leader will get all the other girls to turn on her and call her the liar, and she'll end up being end up being hung too. All right. So back to this door here, and somebody else mentioned something in the comments that basically kind of jarred some of my thinking. I appreciate it a lot. I think I'll refrain from giving you a shout out. I want to give you a shout out, I do, but basically here, this is not a wire. It's a cut. Okay. You can look at other doors. There's no wire here, and obviously this is probably at different times of the crime scene, which is by design. But And the wires would go underneath the door. I mean, they wouldn't go, and there's no wire going up over here. It's silly. This is a different door because there's no cut either. There's no cut, no wire. It's not a wire. There's no way. Okay, you can look right at the door here, and you know it's ajar slightly here and here, and it's not. It's more so here. You can see it clearly here, and I don't know why they didn't make it flush. You know, for the photo, I have a. But you can see right there. Okay, you can see how basically here it goes in and gets thinner there. All right. I mean, it's undeniable. You know, the band of shadow is thicker here than it is here. And it literally moves over to the left. And, you know, because the door's not, for some reason, they couldn't close it perfectly back. And I don't know why, what was stopping them. They cut maybe too close to the metal of the lock. And something was overlapping. And they couldn't push it too hard because they didn't want to trigger that lock report, and they didn't want to do something that would trigger some kind of error code or something. I don't know why they couldn't get it closed enough to make it flush. So, I mean, that's pretty much the extent. I mean, here's the wire. I mean, there's a couple different wires going down here. This one probably doesn't go to this. This goes to the camera that's on the bottom of the cart. This wire, I don't know where it comes. It comes out of the bottom of the door over here or something like this, but that's not it. It's not. You know, that's pretty much the extent of what I wanted to talk about, other than a few other things. I mean, I've seen some articles out there, and I'm going to remind you of the child porn that was on Stephen Paddock's laptop in one of these suites. I'm almost, to the best of my knowledge, I'm almost certain it was in these suites. It wasn't in his laptops at home. And I had this theory that those were actually photos of members of the organization, you know, members of their kids, you know, who are basically forced to have their children photographed, you know, naked, basically as an insurance policy that so nobody ever rats on the organization, and it can just be used against them. And that almost is like makes them permanently bound to the pact of silence, you know. And I still think that that's a very possible, and you know, these could be all people from all walks of life, even not just criminal people, but people that are help covering it up all over, you know. It could be public officials, it could be, you know, politicians, it could be judges. I mean, it could be police persons. It could be anybody. It could be criminals, you know, all that. So, you know, I just wanted, because I've seen an article out there that I'm not really going to talk about, that I don't necessarily believe. I don't believe what's being presented and by a Las Vegas judge, and I almost feel like it's a trap, you know, to basically to get somebody like myself to talk about it, to get their channel taken down, especially since the story involves minors. But I don't believe it. I don't. And that's the story there. That is the story there. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. And I will see you in the next video.
I saw you in an ice cream parlor, drinking milkshakes cold and long, smiling and waving and looking so fine. Don't think you knew you were in my song. It was cold.
Later, man.
So I felt like an actor.